And that's it.
5, 4.
Alright, we're live. Hello! If you don't already know, my name's Kevin G Nicholson. I am the host of this YouTube channel. And I'm here today with the Legendary Sparky.
Hi, I'm Legendary Sparky.
And we're going to be looking at some old footage, some old greats, because, and we're going to discuss it, because we're both part of it. I had forgotten I was even a part of this for the longest time, but now it's
Acting premiere.
yeah, I forgot about that too. All right, so I'm gonna put you on the tripod, and we're gonna go to the clip. No, easy. Oh, and I'm not. Is this engaging? Is this?
Yeah.
Am I gonna get retention out of that? Oh no, I gotta get closer. We'll never get retention this way. It's all about the retention. Are you retained? Are you retaining water?
I'm retained.
Okay, all right. Looks like we're good. You get the side of my head. Look at that beautiful profile, right?
Yeah,
that's a profile.
Profile with the nose.
That's the. All right, so this. Let's turn that down first. I like my music. We're making new music now. After fashion. Okay, let's go blogger and go back. Now, can you set this up before we get into it? What is this project that we're going to take a look at a piece of?
Okay, this is a film that was produced by Eric Bickernix. This is the 4th or 5th project we did together. Another comic called me up and said, "Want to be a part of a movie?" And I said yes, and that's when we met. We met on the set of a movie he calls Alt.Sex, which was a feature. Alt.Sex. Or as some reviewer put it, it's a good waste to waste 90 minutes where you give it a rest. It's a very unsexy thing. And it's interesting because one of the cast members from that movie is in this blogger. Actually, three of them are. So we did this. Eric had this idea. He wrote the script. I'm just basically acting, and I don't say a word in the entire movie. But I have a blog from SparkySparky.com, which is my website, and we went from there. And what we're seeing right now is basically sort of a day in the life of Sparky. So
that's the setup, folks. That's what we're gonna take a look at this. But before we take a look at this, I have to bring you your phone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I can't miss. We can't miss this. We need to see that chat rate and that concurrent viewer thing click to 1.
Okay.
So all right. So you have to scoot to the side, and I'll go get your phone for you.
Scooch you to the side.
You scooch. Keep them entertained for a second. You need retention.
Okay. Well, while he's getting the phone, I'd just like to say that this was produced probably about 20 years ago. So you might notice a little bit different hairstyle for me.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So as I go on to...
So you go to YouTube. You at home are already watching this on YouTube, I assume. But if you got a phone and you're watching it on a device, turn the phone on too. Or go to your friend's house, turn it on their phone. Just do it when they're not looking. Just let them go, "Can I borrow your phone?" And then go to YouTube, and then punch in Kevin G Nicholson, and then go to my longest live stream, which I think to date is just scary. But that's okay. See? So that we're going to see that little thing. Did you say hi?
I will say hi.
Yeah, say hi in the chat.
I'll give a heart.
Give it a heart. A heart would be fine.
There we go. The heart's floating up there.
I'll see that heart any second. Oh, there's my concurrent viewer, and there it is. Yay!
We are a self-fulfilling prophecy.
That's right. This is making it happen, making it big. All right, let's play. Let me get rid of us, and transform that there. Yeah, that difference in hairstyle. Your hair was a lot tighter. You know what I'm saying? A little tighter on your head. All right.
And a little darker.
And a little darker. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna stick it all the way to the top, and we're gonna go. Click that.
I wasn't as sexy back then.
That's true. Much sexier now. There we go. And we're gonna transform. And we're gonna do a little bit. I gotta be careful because the music is copyrighted. 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 Now that's, if you don't recognize me from years ago. it still makes me laugh. And that's my ex-wife. Back when she was beautiful.
And this is a friend of mine, Darren Sabinski, who I met at another film shoot. And if you notice right here, she is smiling right there. I'm trying to hold back a laugh. She's an amazing actress that hopefully get to work with again.
You said she's still working, right? She's doing theater.
As far as I know, I mean, but it's also one of those things where she had. I don't know what she's been doing lately, but again, I want to be able to pay my performers. So setting up a GoFundMe or something like that. There's one specifically for arts that we're doing later on this year. But yeah, well, that was Kevin G Nicholson's big debut.
It wasn't though.
It wasn't.
No, I've been in other stuff because just for being around. Because I was promoting her, and so we School of Horror. I was in that too.
You were in School of Horror?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, cool.
I was the guy who got hit by a car and his arm was broken. And because I'm double jointed here, for you guys who can't, I think I can still do this too. Let's do that. And you can twist it. I'm double jointed, so it goes backwards.
Ow!
And it looks painful. It's not, but it looked good on camera. So he's like, do that and do the guy gets hit by the car.
Wait a minute, was that the shoot where you did such a great makeup job that real EMTs came to look at it?
That was Stephanie's work. Real EMTs did get fooled by her makeup work. They were like, oh, we got to take care of that person. No, it's just effects. So that was. She did have talents. It's a shame. She could have gone a long way.
She could have been a contender.
She could have been a contender.
Instead of a bum, which is what I am.
Well, that's all right. It all worked out for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, the old, what was the old joke about Bo Derek?
Bo Derek?
Yeah, what goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. It's Bo Derek getting older.
Yeah. Although I haven't seen her, but...
Well, that was the movie 10. It was back in the 80s.
No, I remember that, and I get the joke. But I haven't seen what she looks like now. I imagine it can't be very terribly... what's the word I'm looking for? Retention. Retention's important.
I don't think she'll get below a 5.
Wait, let's ask the machine. Alexa, how old is Bo Derek?
Bo Derek is 67 years old.
67 years old. I want to ask her if Bo Derek is still a 10, but I don't think Alexa's partial. I think Alexa would say absolutely, because feminism. Go team. That's my...
Well, ask Alexis. Go ahead.
Okay. Alexa, is Bo Derek still a 10?
Yes, Bo Derek is still alive, and she is 67 years old as of December 2023. She is still active in her career and is known for her iconic role in the movie 10.
Okay, so that didn't really answer.
No. She deflected. She pivoted. Oh, I didn't realize the machine could pivot. Oh, well, here's not what I think, but here's... Why don't you look at this? Look at this answer. Look at this hand. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, like and subscribe, folks. Thanks. No one's gonna ever like my stuff again.
Especially all the Bo Derek fans.
I know. It's like I'm beating Bo Derek down. Like she cares a bit about what I say. She's going, oh, that Kevin G Nicholson, that douchebag. Oh, he said I wasn't a 10 anymore. I'm 67. Well, no. Not if we're doing it by empirical measurement. I'm sorry. See?
I don't know. If Bo Derek, I'm 63, so she's only 4 years older than me.
Still a cougar.
Which reminds me, which reminds me of the old joke about the old Abbott and Costello routine about you're 40 years old, and you fall in love with a girl that's 10 years old. Again, not a joke that you could probably tell nowadays, but back in the 1940s, you got so he goes, so you're 4 times older than that old girl. So, okay, Abbott. I'm 4 times old. So it's too much of age difference, so you wait 5 years. Now, you're 45, she's 15. You're only 3 times older than that little girl. Yeah, well, she's growing up. Yeah, so 3 times. But still a bunch of a big age difference, so you wait, say, 15 more years. Now, she's 30, you're 60. Okay, she's only twice as old as you. You're only twice as old as her.
Right.
Okay, how long before you and the little girl are the same age? Well, if she keeps going that way, she's going to have to pass me. And it's going like, and then she'll have to wait for me. Why should she wait for you? Why should she wait for you? I was nice enough to wait for her.
That's not a bad rendition. It sounded like Costello. I could see it in my mind's eye. It was talking to me. And we have a concurrent viewer. Oh, we had a concurrent viewer for a second. Oh, they got away. That's it. We're gonna keep.
We had 2 views, and then realized no, he's not doing his gaming stuff.
That's no, because this is all listed comedy. So this is every category comedy. Keep in mind that's really the category. That's my niche, but it's so broad that it's going to be hard to niche down. So it's comedy with a minor in Imperium Galactic Survival, with can you have a sub minor to a degree?
Sure. Let's.
Can I have a 3rd degree in masturbating with the cheese grater? That's my 3rd. What's my 4th? Renaissance. I got a 4th degree in Renaissance fair physics.
Actually, that should be 3, because once you hit the cheese grater, you just don't go back.
I couldn't go back because everything was shredded. It was very sad. That's why I cry myself to sleep every night. Look at me. This is a result of crying every night.
Cheer up, Kevin.
I forgot I had this over here. I'm wrong. Excuse me.
So that's Blogger. The rest of the movie. The movie's like about 10 minutes long. We almost got it sold. If we only had the rights for the music.
The music was
But the music is from a group called Stimhorn, which is a two-man group. One of them yodels and makes sort of weird sounds, and the other one plays a I forget what it is, like Constantine or something like that. It's just some, and I believe they are Swiss. So the band is Tim Horn, and
Well, Swift, that goes with the yodeling, right? Isn't that?
yeah,
Ricola.
yeah, and Eric was looking for a background music for me, and he was looking, because you didn't have the big heavy guy. You usually hear like boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
People
yeah.
following behind you or something like that. He was looking for something a little different, a little fun. He found it with this, and he actually got the rights for, and we did put it in competitions and stuff like that. I don't think we won anything with that one. We won a couple awards with the Lost Castle promo, which is the second thing Eric and I ever did together. That was both our warped brains going in there trying to do a promo for I used to do a improv show with Speed of Thought players. Did that, and we had there was a regular comedy show going on there.
Huh.
So,
That wasn't the one I filmed, was it? Worcester?
no, the Worcester people. Oh, the Worcester people.
Oh, the Worcester people.
Yeah, that Worcester people. The woman was very adamant about not doing a large show,
Oh,
and
wow.
because of that, the whole thing just exploded. Because found out, we were doing improv in the basement of the theater.
Ooh,
Which
well,
wasn't approved by the fire department. So the whole thing dissolved.
it's a shame. Hey, check your phone real quick. See if you're still attached. You never can tell.
Yeah, I'm still there. Kevin G Nicholson said,
I did. Oh, man.
he's very excitable. But yeah, we've done a lot together. We really have over the, even before this new renaissance of a reconnected. I'm so glad, year and a half ago you happened to call me up and say, am I doing a thing? It just happened to be my birthday. You miraculously showed up at basically a hell gig, a Park Place, where I was, hosting for open mic. The open mics nowadays, kid. Let me tell you. I can smoke a bad cigar here. Yeah. Let me tell you. In my day, when you had an open mic, you could have a celebrity show up at your open mic. That's how I got to work with Stephen Wright. He showed up at an open mic. Stephen Wright actually showed up at an open mic, and I met him there. And those who don't know who Stephen Wright is, he's an Oscar-winning comedian.
Ooh, an Oscar-winning
He
comedian.
won for Best Live Short. He won Best Live Short, and a very wry sense of humor. Had such great lines like, even recently he was on Colbert, and he had this great line. I love this line. Jesus loves you because he doesn't really know you.
Jesus does love me. Really, because he doesn't know me.
Yeah, it's a very dry sense of humor.
Hey, the one I remember from is, it was just the one line. It was like, I put a humidifier and a dehumidifier in the same room and let them fight it out. And that was enough for me. I was like, yeah, that's perfect, Stephen Wright,
Yeah, it was very good, Stephen Wright, by the way. Thank you. You did real good.
Well, Oh, that's right. Every time I'm using the key binds earlier that you had been seeing.
Right.
You can add keys so you have automatic. That's what I'm doing over here with the, all those are pre-programmed in the keyboard, which is really neat, especially while I'm streaming, because then I can crack myself up and put a little laughter at the end of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And it's been working, especially when I screw up in Empyrean, because, I got the sad trombone.
That works really well. It does.
But it also leaves, the keybind still comes up in the chat. So people think, what's wrong? He's having a Tourette's break. And no, I'm not. I'm just trying. Oh. And now you know how to trigger all the sound effects on my live stream. If you do it remotely, I'll give you $100.
KHJ.
There it is. There you are, folks. You can make it happen. You can make it big. But you can't make it better. Because this is it. This is top of the line comedy. Top of the line entertainment. On, what's today? Wednesday night?
Wednesday night, February 7th.
It's Wednesday night, February 7th, 2024, and you're watching the Dr. Daydream live stream with our special guest, the legendary Sparky, the veteran, seasoned, stand-up comic from all ages.
Yeah, so back to open mics and how they've deteriorated.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel sorry for anyone who's trying to do stand-up comedy, and they because it never fails. All these comics, every once in a while you'll have like real audience members.
Yeah.
That's why I love that little pizza place, because at least it had like real people coming in and just like, oh, it's a comedy show. We're expecting this. We're just here to get a pizza, or but a lot of times it's a bunch of comics in the room, all with their notebooks, or they're looking at their phones, looking for their act, going up there, talking on their phone, getting no reaction because everyone else is looking at the phones, and it's so disconnected right now, and it gets even worse if you're a comic and you make other comics laugh. Chances are if you make other comics laugh, it's over. Your career's over with, because it's like the old adage, like, it's over when the band laughs. That came from, Jerry Lewis used to say that. His father used to pick on him and said, like, because he actually turned around and made the band laugh, and he said, like, you're not there for the band, you're there for the audience.
I'm there for you. I'm there for you, my viewers. I'm not there for the band.
Yeah, and if you make other comics laugh, chances are... I'm in the book, by the way. I've actually got a line in the book. The book is lines comics tell amongst themselves that they don't put on stage.
All right.
This is a line from the book that I put in there. I'm trying to remember the... who's the little girl that, John Bonet Ramsey? John Bonet?
Yes, that is correct.
John Bonet. So, John Bonet.
He was looking to me because, of course, I know all about little girls.
Thank heavens for little girls. Little girls get bigger every day. Marie Chevalier. Look. Anyways, so what were the very last words of John Bonet said?
What?
Hey, you're not Santa Claus.
And
that would definitely clubs, things like that. But it's jokes that the comics tell each other. It's like the what is it? The Aristocrats.
Oh, oops, sorry, folks. I blew your ears out on that. The Aristocrats is the best joke ever. If you want to push the envelope and see how dirty you can get in front of a crowd, I would love to do that someday, but I am no freaking pull his name for me.
Stephen Wright.
No, he's not.
Gilbert
Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey, his career got saved by the aristocrats.
Because
Wow.
he was bombing horribly after 9/11, and then he just went into the aristocrats. And of course, all the comics are laughing among themselves. But actually, because of that, they've actually produced a movie called The Aristocrats, where everyone had their own take on the aristocrats. My favorite was it Billy the Mime? Actually did a version of it. There's a mime version of The Aristocrats.
That scares the hell out of me, but I want to see it even more now.
The movie. You watch it
No, I've seen the movie
You remember
numerous
Billy the Mime?
times.
Yeah, and Sarah Silverman.
I remember her talking about it.
Yeah, she upset Joe Franklin because of the way she sort of inferred that he was part of the aristocrats. And Joe Franklin, for those, I got to meet Joe Franklin when I was in New York. I actually got to party with those. Joe Franklin has the, I think he still holds the record for the longest running talk show locally. He had a local show on New York, in New York locally, and he outdid like Johnny Carson and everyone else. He was on, I don't know, 25, 30 years. And he was doing up to pretty much to the end of his life. And but he's an old guy and things like that. And what Sarah Silverman told him, he was shocked and dismayed and all that type of stuff. But you know, it's humor. It's you know, this is the thing. You know,
It's funny, or it's not.
it's such a subjective thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny how I'm thinking like Sarah Silverman's show from like the early
Jesus is Magic, that show?
that show. Well, that's a movie. I'm thinking like
that's right, yeah.
the her TV show could not get made today.
No.
You know,
Everyone's too way oversensitive, which is why you're watching us here in the comedy department at YouTube. Bottom of the barrel. Like and subscribe, folks. Like and subscribe. Because no one else is going to do it if you don't do it. I mean, we'd do it if we could, and I do often. I like my own stuff all the time. If I want to trigger that avalanche, I want to poke.
do you have like real laughter on that thing?
No.
Like canned laughter?
I do not have canned laughter in it yet. I have only just started using this. We're talking about a program I'm using which is called Voice Mod, and it allows you to throw sound effects and change your voice. Like, let's do a voice.
Let's do a voice.
Let's do a voice modulation for the crowd, for the throngs of. Let's do the magic chords to start, and then. Am I on? I can't even tell. Oh, that's on. And now that's on. And this makes everything you say sound like sing-song. What if I put it too loud on the television? We'll feedback. So we can't do that all the time. But we'll feedback. And again, that holy loop of sound. I love sound. Alright, let's turn that back off there. But enough, where we still got some in the feed. I gotta watch that level all the time. That's where, this is the main one, the audio input capture.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta keep an eye on that, and then I gotta keep an eye on these guys. And then whoever my concurrent viewer is, thank you so much. I love you.
Ooh.
Or would like to. That means people.
I concur viewer.
We like it when people we don't know stop in. We like it when people who we do know stop in. We just like people stopping in. So long as you're not taking stuff from my fridge. Because if you just ask, I'll probably give it to you anyway.
Yeah, we probably will. I mean, this is how I got this Dr. Pepper. You know, just it's, and
Yeah, he didn't even ask. Now
I didn't even have to ask at this point because we're that tight. We're that tight.
it's like that.
Comes over, he gets stuff out of my fridge too.
But his fridge is protected by cats. And those suckers. Oh my God.
They're one is very over affectionate.
And one is openly allergenic. I don't know which one is openly allergenic, but to me, these cats are lethal to me. But they love me so much.
They love me too much. Like me at the door like they're dogs. Whoa.
Well, that's kind of nice. I mean, that's part of. At
Yeah.
least they're doing something good instead of just eating and.
Yeah, well, I've actually got them. You know, when I have treats, get them to sit
Yeah.
and you know sit. So you know, it's interesting because cats can understand. I don't know. I know dogs can understand about 100 words. I don't know how many cats can understand, but at least can have 30 or 40 in there. They're both the boys know their names because we could call Rowan or Merlin, and they will respond with their names. So, you know, a lot of times they're just ignoring you because they're cats. But
See, that's ultimately why cats suck.
I'm just like, I'm not responding to you.
Oh God, cats.
I like dogs. Dogs are there.
Dogs are much better. I'm such a dog guy. Bow wow wow, yippee oh, yippee yay. Bow wow, yippee oh, yippee yay. That wasn't voice modulation, that was just me.
Bow wow wow, yippee oh, yippee yay. Bow wow wow, yippee oh, yippee yay.
I couldn't tell you the name of that song or who wrote it, but I know it's in my cranium because I heard it somewhere years ago before the accident, and now I've turned into the vegetable you see on camera before you. Buying for your retention, not your attention, for your retention. So if you're retaining water like I am, welcome.
You could cure a second viewer.
Hey, I'll take it. Take anyone I could. I'm like a Vegas whore at this point. When it comes to this show, I'm going to stand outside. Like to see a show. Here, take my flyer. We'll see a show. Show
Oh,
7.
my goodness, I did even worse than that. I was selling comedy tickets for shows that weren't even mine.
You know, but I did that. I like the moment that I remember I used to tour with that band, Desert Rain.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was one night they put me at the door to collect money for the band, and I'm like, whoa, that's not my thing. You know what I mean? My thing isn't to take shit from anybody. Really, it's I don't like selling. I don't like, you know, gimme.
Oh, that's it becomes, you know, when I had to, you know, was looking back at that time, towards the end of my New York career, and I spent a lot more time like hawking shows that weren't mine than actually being in shows. That's looking back, that kind of sucked because it just put me at another. Diverted from the path. As Patrice O'Neill used to tell me, you know, he said, what's the last time we were together? You know, as a man, there's certain things you just don't do anymore. And he wasn't above to shill or anything else. And he had his integrity, and unfortunately, a stroke also.
Well,
And that's what did him in. But God love Bill Burr. You know, Bill Burr is loyal to a fault. He actually did a documentary about Patrice O'Neill.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and it was just like that really touched me because Patrice was one of those comics, and he only had the one special. And I think if more for Bill Burr, you know, he'd be just like Oh yeah, I saw that show, and it was funny and stuff like that. But he built, gave Patrice his decency and legacy, and it's kind of weird, man. When you're watching I remember watching the Emmys, and they have the in memorial,
Yeah.
and I never thought I would see someone I knew personally in the memorial, and there was Patrice on there in the memorial. So he touched a lot of people and a lot of different, and he was just a decent human being, a decent guy. But they'll be missed, But I'm just wondering, this is why we've got to get together, man. We've got to get that movie going. We've got to get some production going on there because, tell your friends, tell your spouses, tell your children. If everyone on here, told two people, they tell two people, no one would still heard the show, but keep at it because eventually this cavalcade of comedy will immense itself.
A cavalcade of comedy.
Cavalcade of comedy. We like the K sounds. K sounds are funny. K sounds are funny.
You're right. I need to get a laugh can in there.
Yeah.
And then that's again,
and the round of applause.
I've been using that like Foleying in my long form videos, but I haven't brought it in here yet because I only recently just figured out I could, what I can do with it.
Oh yeah, and because I remember as a member of live studio audiences, they rehearse you. If you're ever part of a live studio audience, by the way, they train you like the SEALs, and listen, there's only 200 people. There's only 500 people here or 300 people here. But if you, and the thing is to make this seem like a larger crowd, clap twice as fast. And they teach you to clap twice as fast, so you end up doing like twice as fast because it makes the better experience for the home viewer.
Oh, wow.
So that's
clap twice as fast, folks.
Clap twice as fast.
Wherever you are, just double time it. Except, no, just always do it.
Yeah, next time you're in a live performance or something, just double clap.
When you did that sent shivers up my spine. It was like I was genuinely getting twice as much applause for the same, for the same time.
Yeah, and practice your laugh. And if you're in a sitcom type of situation,
yes,
they will sometimes have you rehearse the gasp of disbelief. Da 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 da.
Oh.
And back in the
my God.
Back in the old 90s, you also have practice the ooh, like
ooh,
like like when the female character and the guy character finally kiss, like ooh,
someone's gonna get some.
Ooh.
I do better than that thing anyway.
So now you've been properly rehearsed as a studio audience, and remember,
you learned it here, folks. Concurrent viewer, the one concurrent viewer learned how to be adept at studio audiences.
Hey, these things come in handy because it's all dependent upon the warm-up guy. Oh, and they're different varied warm-up guys.
They have a warm-up guy. Do they have a fluffer too, or is the warm-up guy the fluffer?
The warm-up guy is very much the audience fluffer. It's basically the same job.
The audience fluffer.
Like Eddie Brill, who was a friend of mine, was
God bless America.
David Letterman's main
fluffer,
main warm-up guy. I saw Jon Stewart? Jon Stewart had great warm-up guys. And Jon Stewart will only do a warm-up guy, but he will actually come out before the show and warm up the audience himself afterwards.
You give him blankets? Or?
No, he's like, it's if you ever watch The Daily Show.
Oh, that Jon Stewart.
Yeah. You ever watch the Daily Show with Jon Stewart back in the day, and you hear the audience laughing about something, and it made absolutely no sense. That's because he was doing an inside joke. He warmed up the audience and started talking with the audience, rapping before them to get them warmed up. So warm up a guy, he'd come out and warm them up, and then they actually do the shoot. And it was just even Letterman did that too. I remember watching David Letterman.
Let's talk about that as a skit for a second, because there's one thing, the callback, which we observed that a couple of times. We were watching the movie Clue earlier.
Yeah.
And when the movie opens, Tim Curry thinks he stepped in dog poop. And he scrapes his feet on the thing. And then they keep referencing it back as a joke, because he'd pass by another character and the character goes, and then they check their own feet to see if they stepped, and they kept, that's a callback. And the other callback was anytime someone came into contact with a vet, any of the guys, they just look right into her cleavage because it was so pronounced. They were quite melonic. Is that melons? Melonic?
It was a melody. Yeah. She was
Excited.
Yeah. They
Excited.
the type of joke that could not play today. But however, we were dealing with, what was it? When did Clue come out? 82, 85?
I'm not gonna reach for it. I'm gonna go with late 80s, early 90s. That's my guess. And if you know, concurrent viewer, when was Clue? I suppose we could ask. All right, let's. Oh, we were inundated by Kevin G Nicholson, which is awesome, but not what we're looking for. Alexa, when was the movie Clue released?
The film Clue was released on December 13th, 1985.
85,
Yeah,
good going.
I was right. 85.
Sharp
I
shooting.
know. Yes, Tim Curry in one of his most demanding of roles, playing a English butler.
I liked him. I liked him in that role. I've liked him in most of the roles that he's been in. Even when I've always thought he was entertaining. I know it started with not Little
Rocky
Shop,
Horror.
Rocky Horror.
Yeah, Rocky Horror. And we hope.
And you couldn't make that again today.
No,
They'd have to put a PC spin on it, so it would never work. That whole, because think about it. The lead in that movie, Frankenfurter, right?
right.
Pretty much.
But you know what they did do? They did do a live version of it like 2-3 years ago,
Right?
and they actually had a real trans
Person playing Frankenfurter.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they had Tim Curry as the narrator. He had to play the narrator part because unfortunately, Tim.
Oh, he had a stroke, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's sad.
It is, you know. But I was very happy to see that that version of it was not so much a reinvention of Rocky, but an homage to not only Rocky, but the Rocky fans.
Mm.
And the woman who got to play, I think it was Janet, was really psyched about doing it because she's
Sarandon.
Yeah. Well, in the new version.
Oh,
Because she was such a fan of the original movie, and it showed because you can tell the people that were into Rocky Horror were forming the Rocky Horror version, and the ones that were just like, it's a paycheck, we'll get through it,
Yeah.
you know, that type of thing, and just we're just gonna dial this in right now, yeah.
but it's like, I mean, there's let's say you're doing, for the sake of argument, people who do karaoke. There are some people who like going up there and practicing. Some people just get drunk and they just want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in order to really be in love with the art in and of itself, that's a completely different sort of fandom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're learning the line, every line of the movie and every verse of the song, and you're like, you could say I was like kind of like a Disney fan in a sense, because I did. I knew The Little Mermaid. I knew all of those songs, and I had them in my, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess what our generations have that, because I can still do, all the songs from like the cartoon Alice in Wonderland because of the had the soundtrack.
Yeah.
We didn't have videotapes in my day. We had to, if you were a Disney fan, you had to buy an album and listen to it that way.
Vinyl. You had to buy vinyl at one point. You believe that?
For the bare necessities, yeah.
The simple bare necessities. Don't think about your worries and your strife.
All right, we're getting sued by Disney now.
I think we can get away with a verse. I don't know. We'll see. I like later on. I was surprised I did this. I'm not going to do it now, but I can show them. I did this. It's got a little. You press them and it'll sing the Little Mermaid song. And YouTube was all over this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like, they're like, we're not gonna penalize you, but
we're watching you.
Yeah,
we're watching you. We're watching you and your
little crab too, and your little crab too. That's okay. It wasn't a copyright strike. It was just like, hey, that's copyrighted material, so you can't make money off it. So essentially, it said, well, if you want, you can leave it in if you want. It won't affect your channel. But if you possibly want to make money off this later, you got to cut it or mute it or something.
Yeah, I mean, this is my goodness.
So I chose for mute, or no, for cut.
Yeah, it's like my like I probably haven't got any complaints about it because I only do like little samples of it.
Yeah,
but and it's also cool to know that Richard Blackmore knows about me doing a Christmas version of "Smoke on the Water." Yes, the guy that created the riff. Oh, we're up to 4 views.
Yay!
No concurrent viewer now.
No, that's all right. It's all right. We had them for a little bit, but we couldn't retain them. The retention is
He got frightened by the crab.
maybe. But at this point, it's weird because I perform as if it's live, because it is. Right now, we're alive in our life. We're alive. We're right here. But it's being recorded for later. So it's having that dual effect where even though our consciousness isn't where they are, you know what I mean? It's
surreal.
It really is. And the fact that people do go back and watch. I don't understand why people go back and watch, especially not the gaming streams. It's just tick, 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 and then me, jibby, 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 tick, tick, tick. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the whole thing about it. It's like,
I get it. The Bontecoon video was great because he cut it together from afterwards, and then he narrated what was funny about it. He made a story with it. But when I'm just tick, 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 I mean, I'm not making a story. I'm just going, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going. And nowhere near as entertaining, I would think. Unless you just like talking to me or listening to me, I guess. Because I've only had conversations in here maybe twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
Once with James Omerod, my ex-wife's sister's husband. Yeah.
Your ex-wife's sister's husband.
Who's a real nice guy. And who I wish nothing but the best for. But, yeah, he stopped at a stream. And then the Danielson guy, Matt, he stopped by. And he was the one who told me, hey, do another Danielson video, which I did. You're welcome. He did thank me, so.
Okay.
Appreciate that. And then I had someone recently, the Scott on the Imperium, and that's the guy who stayed that entire night when I told you to jump on.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I was like, hey, someone's concurrent.
Scott.
You know, I'll keep streaming until, and I streamed for 8 hours, a full work shift of me streaming, playing Imperium, and all of that work I put into it, gone, single computer glitch.
You want to bet you about that?
That's it. That's the sound effect for it. I'm just gonna smoke a bowl.
You're allowed to do that.
I am. Why wouldn't I? I'm not monetized yet. What are they gonna do? I mean, they're not gonna. The AI isn't that good yet, or maybe it is. We'll find out at the end of the stream. Either way, it was fun. It's an experiment, and that's the whole point.
Well, I'm seeing like on Instagram. I can't believe the stuff that's going away on Instagram. Like,
I mean, it's recreationally legal here in Connecticut, so I mean,
what is it?
used to be a felony what I'm doing.
Yes.
You believe that? You believe that this right here was a felony until very recently? We are improving in some ways.
Yeah, I'm really sad is that there are people in jail right now for doing something that's they could buy legally, down the street. So it's what do we do with this? Yeah, it's there's got to be some grandfathering in and trying to bring people out from, because it used to be there's some guy out there who's doing 10 years for having a roach left in his ashtray or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way. I mean, we used to be paranoid about it. I mean, if you were, well, I'd say we, but you weren't a big dope smoker like I am.
I used to be.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Again, 18 years clean and sober.
Congratulations.
I stopped doing weed before that. I think I stopped. I remember the last time I smoked, it was with another comic,
Right.
Bobby Gaudreau, and the time before that was with Tony Clark. I had to smoke with Anthony Clark for that was toward the end of my drugging year. But Anthony had three. He had Boston Common, the show he did with Dan Aykroyd with the Priests, and the one where he played the husband with his brother-in-law in the backyard. What was the name of that show? It was rerun. Still running. Let's ask Alaska. Alexa, what was Anthony Clark's TV show?
I know about 23 Anthony Clark TV shows, including The Daily Show, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Late Show with David Letterman, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and 19 more.
Well, that narrows it down, doesn't it?
Alexa, what was Anthony Clark's TV series?
Anthony Clark was an American actor and comedian known for his role as Greg Warner in the CBS sitcom Yes, Dear.
Yes, Dear. That was his biggest role at the London.
Yes, Dear.
Yes, Dear.
All right.
And it was great because knowing Anthony the way I do, and understanding how he would make subtle references to the fact that he wasn't as I would say he could probably be more open, and I'm not going to out him at this point, but he would do things like dress as a hot dog, and it was his little way to let the people know in the LGBTQ community, hey, I'm with you.
What?
Yes, dear he was playing a henpecked husband, but I can tell this story. Anthony Clark is one of the cheapest SOBs on the face of the planet.
All right.
He grew up dirt poor
All right.
in West Virginia.
West Virginia.
So, and he made his first splash in comedy in Boston, and so I've known him for years. And last time I actually spoke to him.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh. Look at the phone.
No, he type something.
Type something in.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was trying to see if I could get you to do it without. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
And I was reseating your feed.
So. Anthony would be at a dinner or something like that, and he was notorious for not picking up a check.
Right.
And then every once in a while he would just go like, "Oh, I got this," and reach behind him and said like, "Well, you know what? I forgot my wallet."
Well, golly, I thought I brought it with me, but.
And this is a true story of what he did. Like, he was on a flight coming back from into Boston, and the waitress spilled something. The flight attendant, sorry, blue corrected, flight attendant, accidentally dropped something on his shirt, and he went like. Now he's notoriously cheap. He just came back from doing gigs in colleges, and he would take the checks and fan himself with them, going, "What recession? What recession?" So he was notoriously cheap. So he told the story, and he was very happy about this. He was like, "So I spilled a little cranberry on me," and I'm going like, what can you do about this? And so we'll go to customer service afterwards. And he goes to customer service. He goes like, well, sir, we could actually have that dry clean for you, or we could give you the money for the dry cleaning. The money for dry cleaning? And he goes like, well, and they offer him like $20. He says, well, it is Boston, it is kind of expensive. Go up to $30. Well, sir, we can actually have that dry clean for you, or we can give you the money for dry clean. Yeah. So we got the money for dry clean.
Go ahead.
So we got 30. So he gets the $30, and he's thinking like, great, I've got a cab ride fare, and what do you know? The bus just happens to pass by right there. So he ended up getting the $30 for dry cleaning that was going to do, and got charged like back then I think it was like $1.50 for the bus, if that. So yeah, cheap bastard.
But had his moments, obviously. There's, it's like Gilbert Gottfried. He was the same way.
Yeah.
Where he would take stuff out of the back of, limos and, hey, I could use this later. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, to see like they did I was watching it. It's a special on Gilbert Gottfried and how every hotel
He would ask for the soaps. You gotta have little soaps.
and after he passed away, his widow.
Yeah.
It was a great gal because Gilbert. Let me tell you about my Gilbert Gottfried story.
Right.
So, my friend Barbara Swanson, who thank you, Gary Goldman, for making her name popular because of the fact that she was talking about her Prozac. But Barbara was a good friend of mine, really good friend, and she calls me up. She saw Gilbert Gottfried on the old People Are Talking show, which was, Channel 4 local. It was Tom Bergeron before he got on whatever he's on. I think he's on Dancing with the Stars now. And so it was early in his career, and he had his own talk show, and he had Gilbert Gottfried on there because he was performing at Nick's this weekend. Well, Barbara calls me up and says, Sparky, I see Gilbert on there. He looks like a Jew. He looks like a lonely Jew. Give him my number. So I give him the number, and Gilbert, by the way, pound per pound, I think he's one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever seen live. Yeah, so Gilbert, I meet him backstage, and he's like the shyest person I've ever met backstage. It's like, Gilbert, yeah. I have a friend of mine. She'd like for me to give you her phone number. He's like, okay. Is she attractive? And I'm going like, yeah. And she got big tits? I said, well, she's small, but they're proportional. Okay. So she's a small girl. So he feels fine. I call. Gilbert does the weekend at Nick's. I call him up on over the weekend on Monday and says like, well, did you get to talk to Gilbert? Yeah, we talked. We talked twice. Once for 9 hours, once for 7 hours. We had phone sex. And this is before the 50 Shades of Grey, but I'm just imagining like,
Oh my God, I believe I am coming. I believe I am coming. I am coming now.
and just Gilbert Godfrey phone sex. And then I talked to her on Thursday, and she goes, like, did you get to talk to You've talked to Gilbert since then? I said, no, he's back in New York. I said, well, you had phone sex with him. And it was like, she said, Sparky, I did that for you. Next time you meet Gilbert, you'll have something to talk to him about. And sure enough, 10 years later, I actually ran to Gilbert Gottfried and said, yeah, remember the girl? Yeah. And it was something to talk about. And that's why I realized she was my best friend in comedy before she passed away. And just an amazing woman for me, and just really believed in my comedy and everything. It's so sad, the people that would believe me the most have passed away. And then, of course, some of the people that were real bastards to me also passed away, too.
Well,
so.
They get them all in the end.
In the end, we're all warm jerk.
That's all right, though. We're here now. We're going to make good of it.
Worm food.
I ain't worm food yet. I'm on the way. But I ain't there yet. It's funny to see the overlap.
Yeah, you see the delay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of giving me, I want to say, a little bit of pace. But it's been pretty good. I feel pretty good about it. How do you feel?
I feel good.
We did an hour and 3 minutes. And we got 2 concurrent viewers. Hi, concurrent viewers.
I'm going to stay on till the concurrent viewers go away.
Okay. We're in for the long haul.
We're in for all. Yeah, I mean, how many times this is the first time we've done this live.
That's true. It's not going to happen that often because here's the wave. I don't have my own transportation anymore, so I have to rely on others' generosity or Uber or something like that.
Yeah.
And that makes, the commute. Oh, that commute. it makes it very daunting.
I'm a rescue.
But a rescue I bring back, which is, I think that's in the contractual obligations.
Yep. Here today, gone tomorrow.
But, in this, if ever we get out, if you and Joe get out this way again, then we can take the camera off the off the tripod, and we could start doing skits. And one of the skits I was thinking about is, I think I told you about this before, is that you have the camera at that, and you're going to talk to yourself from opposing angles. But what I was saying earlier about having the callback with, like, the dog shit or the boobs or whatever that is, that's so easy to, you just set it up at the top and then keep referring back to it, like Jon Stewart, that show. See how this all interconnects back together. You have to watch the whole thing again.
Comedy. It's all comedy. It all interconnects. I mean, the only problem is, and this is why Judy Tenuta only did one David Letterman show.
Right.
She had a callback for a joke that didn't work, and she kept calling back to it, and the audience was like, Poor Judy. I love Judy. Another comic that's passed away. Damn it.
Wow.
Judy Tenuta.
Don't be funny, folks. I'm on my way out.
She used to do the whole diet Dr. Pepper. She used to be the spokesperson. Remember that?
Was she?
Yeah.
Is there Diet Dr. Pepper?
Yes, of course there are. There's a diet.
Diet everything. Diet Cancer. Here, enjoy your new Diet Cancer. It's got 20% less cancer than normal cancer.
I'm waiting for Dr. Pepper Zero to come out. It'll be the next thing.
Dr. Zero. That's it. We're going to make our own drink. Dr. Zero. We're going to crack it open. It's going to be nothing. No flavor, no substance. It's imaginary. Dr. Zero. It's like Dr. Daydream. Dr. Zero is a soft drink.
Tony V used to have the joke about
imaginary soft drink.
I had ice cream that had what was it? It was frozen yogurt that had no calories, no sugar, and no flavor. This is basically, I had a bowl of cold.
Yeah. Here, have a bowl of cold on me.
It's got no calories.
It's got no flavor.
Why am I doing this? Cold.
Well, perhaps in the summertime.
So, yeah.
Dr. Zero coming soon.
So back in those days, Tony Clark was doing open mics, and I mean, my goodness, so many people were. Mark Maron, you remember Mark Maron?
Vaguely, yeah. Yeah, I do. Now it's synapses firing. I mean, I didn't know him personally.
I did, yeah. I mean, he was another guy that hosted the open mics on Sundays. I mean, some of these open mic guys have ended up with such varied and great careers, or making so much money. These are all the guys that used to do the open mics at like Stitches, and like Billy Martin, who's now writing for Bill Maher. He had the open mic on Monday nights at Nick's. All these. Yeah, my goodness. So many people that I've come across in my 40 years of comedy.
40 years of comedy. What a long, strange trip it's been.
You see, we can do that because the Grateful Dead, first off, they were so anti-establishment that used to be able to go into their tape. They always used to ask people to tape their they had that positive vibe about them. That yeah. I mean, did it affect the album sales? Possibly, but at the same time, it was so refreshing to have a group that was willing to not only have you willing to have you bootleg their stuff, but encouraged it.
Well, I mean, in a sense, they tell you on YouTube that you should allow your stuff to be embedded because it's just further exposure. And in a way, it's right. I mean, there's only so much you can do with marketing. But if people are taking your stuff like Noiseland, I mean,
Yeah.
they took. For those who don't know, I'm a big fan of a channel on YouTube called Red Letter Media, where they review and tear apart movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And I think they're hysterical. Well, they have millions of followers, and for good reason. They're very entertaining. But I'm not the only person who likes them. So there's another channel called Noiseland, and they make music videos out of some of the highlights from their shows. And it's just a subgenre I never would have... You couldn't have predicted it 20 years ago.
No.
You know what I mean? But it's weird how it all kind of...
Yeah, well, it all came from the fact that you can, computer, once they start synthesizing the voice.
Yeah. Now you can deep fake it all, folks.
Yeah.
Just like the little voice mod.
And they're working on that. They're trying to prevent, like, fake, like Joe Biden or Donald Trump voices.
Right.
From being telemarketing. Because
Oh, yeah.
the technology is there, folks. You could work with any actor, alive or dead now, and they're trying to protect their image. Imagine having your image protected posthumously, because I'm pretty sure that I don't know who owns Marilyn Monroe, but I'm pretty sure. I think we're going to see a new Marilyn Monroe movie, or Marilyn Monroe make an appearance in a movie in the next 10 years.
All CGI. All CGI.
She's going to make a spectacular appearance. It's almost like the Monty Python sketch where they talk about...
Yeah. It should be in an ashtray. Should be in the... Surely she was cremated. Yes.
Surely she was cremated. Yeah, we'll have another actress, a dead actress, popping out.
For the visual parts.
But, she's in every scene. She's in the ashtray. She's in the vacuum cleaner. Yes. But I think that's what we're going for now, folks. We're ending up with a whole new subgenre, subspecies, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, to be able to, like do a sketch with Laurel and Hardy if you wanted to.
Well, and that would be neat on a fun holodeck sort of way, but, in the end, I like Star Wars not because I knew it was Harrison Ford or Mark Hamill or Carrie Fisher. It's because I didn't know who they were. I believed these people were their characters because I had no idea who they were. It wasn't like Chris Pratt playing a role or even Winona Ryder playing a role. It's you see the person through the character as opposed to just seeing the character itself. You get me?
Yeah. That's the whole thing. I mean, when talk about CGI and Star Wars, I mean, they did it with Peter Cushing. They brought Peter Cushing back from the dead, and CGI'd his face up there, and in the new Star Wars trilogy, the first one,
Rebel Moon or whatever it was.
What was the one that they killed Harrison?
Rogue One. Oh, that was the second of the recent ones. I don't know. It sucked. All of them sucked. What a disappointment. Thank you, Disney.
But
now we've lost the current... I blame Disney for all of it. Set. We've exhausted our crowd.
But, we lost them.
We lost them all. It's all right. There's one person who's going to watch to this point, and you're going to know about our disdain for Disney, and that will enrich you forever.
But they did that with Peter Cushing, and it just
and it looked pretty good. I mean, ultimately.
No, what made it really disturbing? Because I saw it on the big screen, and there was no pores in his face. And it was just like, this is not the Peter Cushing that I think that he would appreciate, because the technology was not up to that point. I think now they could probably, make the skin more skin-like, but it was just like, oh, My God.
It didn't pull me out. And neither did, the Mark Hamill youngening in Baby Yoda thing, The Mandalorian. He made an appearance in that, and I was like, all right, that ain't too bad. I mean, it was obviously still CG,
Yeah.
but...
They better and better with it.
Yeah, at some point, you are going to be able to have... you're going to be able to have your VR sexual experience with Marilyn Monroe. It'll look just like her, except she won't have any pores. And that's pretty much, you ever see the movie AI? It's the same thing. You got all sorts of models. None of them have pores. Look for pores.
Yep.
Look for pores and
Oh my God,
Dr. Zero, the soft drink.
Yeah, talking about Marilyn Monroe, I finally saw the movie Blonde that came out, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
All right? Blogged?
Blonde.
Oh, blonde. The color. All right, the hair color.
And it was basically a fictitious representation of Marilyn Monroe's life and why she's so fucked up.
Okay.
And it gave a reason for her suicide. And again, it's all fictionalized, but if you follow her pattern of what she did, how she did it.
So it's based loosely on her life, is what you're saying.
Yeah, based loosely on her life. I mean,
but
she got
dramatized, and then of course she's sexually abused, and of course she's beaten, and of course, because every one of you are a victim. Don't ever stop believing you're the victim, because it's cool to be a victim now. Welcome to 2024. Welcome to victimhood. It's great, isn't it? I'm Kevin G Nicholson, and I'm right here in victimhood with you. You. Talking to you. No one believes it. No. They're not real people. I don't believe any of it. We were just talking about VR and deep fakes for the last 10 minutes. Those aren't real people. They're deep fake people. We think they exist. One of them might be from Indonesia, but they never speak.
Wait. If you're a real person, type in the chat.
No, they aren't going to do it.
Come on, you can do it.
We got to wait for the delay. Either way.
Yeah, we'll wait. I'll wait.
Okay, well, in the interim, who would you like to VR with? And I think I would like Winona Ryder in the Beetlejuice look. And I want her in Star Wars as Princess Leia.
See, I think I'd go even old school than that.
Ooh, Mae West. Oh, let's have Mae West as Princess Leia. Someone's got to be Princess Leia aside from Carrie Fisher. I'm trying to take the role away.
Mae West, she was a tiny little thing.
I didn't know her.
Oh yeah, I got to. Well, this is the thing.
You got to meet Mae West.
I got to meet her.
I'm starting to stop believing him.
I got to meet her bustier.
Oh wow. Had enough of her in it, I'm sure.
In Fredericks of Hollywood, they have a collection of Hollywood underwear, and got to see Mae West. And I did see her boots. She wore cowboy boots for a movie, and I've seen them. And she was a tiny person. She was only 5 feet tall.
Mae West was 5 feet. Oh,
5 feet tall.
that's a good for you.
But man, when she, she tried to.
Yeah, move over and talk to the audience.
She tried to
All right, good.
push the envelope. She tried to push the envelope even in the later in her life, where she. I did a movie called Sextet, which is a movie she'd been trying to produce for years and years and years. And eventually, what happened was, by the time it came around, it was made in 1970, and by that time she was in her late 60s, and by that time it just it lost a lot. But she'd been trying to. Oh, that's terrible. She'd been trying to produce that movie for for 30 years, and finally but unfortunately by that time, you know, and everyone saw it and said, like, this is a horrible film, and it has nothing to do with the film. It was just sad to watch her try to play this young, sexy thing, and in her late 60s, and it was
Like Bo Derek. Full circle from the beginning of this program. You're gonna have to go back and look at the beginning. How old is Bo Derek?
60. She's 4 years old. He was 67. 67.
Alexa, how old is Bo Derek?
Bo Derek is 67 years old.
He was right again. I'm always wrong. Just remember that, folks. Especially when I'm picking a wife. That's what I'm worst at. I have pride in that.
Hey,
Worst taste in women ever, this guy.
oh wow, I'm a double winner. I got divorced twice.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But you're not drinking this shitty beer, so I still got one on him. Remember, stay a victim, folks.
As for me, I survived my marriages.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, look at me. Jesus Christ. Wait.
Give generously.
Please, for the love of God, give generously. I'll take him out to dinner. Come on, send me a donation so I can take him to dinner. Where would you like to go to dinner, Sparky?
Oh, someplace fancy.
Ooh.
Where they have junk on the wall.
Oh,
Like-
TGI Fridays?
Is there still one around?
I doubt it.
I know Ruby Tuesdays are gone, right?
I hope so.
Let's find ourselves a Red Lobster somewhere.
Oh, all right, we can do Red Lobster. I don't think I've ever. It's been a long, long time since I've done Red Lobster.
Yeah.
If we survive, we'll come back. We'll podcast about it. Whatever this is.
Last Red Lobster I was in Times Square. I don't think did I eat there, or I just met someone. I used to hang out there anyways.
Like on the corner, turning tricks. Like,
Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. It's like, hey, buddy, I'd like to see a nice, exciting comedy show.
yeah.
You know, oh God, I used to have the spiel down.
Well, see, now we're hawking our own stuff. But see, the thing, and it's funny, I wanted to make this point earlier about not shilling for somebody else. And I get that because, you know, you should be working towards your own advancement. But that's also a very selfish way of looking at things. I do believe in shilling for the team. And you know this, and anyone else, if you know me, and you know, like, my Facebook feed, I'm always saying this is what this person's doing, that's what that person is doing. I don't consider that shilling. I consider that helping the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One hand washes the other. Both hands wash the face.
Here's hoping. I mean, you know. That's like, you know, Rui Montoya, and then Bontecoon, and then Patrick McKinstry, and then
Brittany Roberge.
Hey, Brittany, if you ever see this, you should jump on board our little comedy crew and create some stuff. We're doing some skits. It'll be funny. One of them's bound to go viral, especially with your beautiful face attached. How's that for Rizzler?
Oh, you're unctuous.
Unctuous?
Unctuous.
Unctuous? Wait. Define unctuous.
Oily, slithering, complimentary.
Wait, no. Those are two different. Oily and slithery is different than complimentary. You gave that like, so what you're saying is I was Jafar from Aladdin.
Jafar! There we go.
Son of a bitch. I will be the most powerful genie of all.
Come to my bed.
You come too, Gilbert. Godfrey, you're coming with me. That was him, right? That's him?
Yes.
See? So I get to live in a little...
That's the interesting thing, because I'm thinking like great comics, if they made a cartoon, like nobody remembers
The Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Our chief weapons are fear. Fear and surprise. Fear, surprise, and our devotion to the Pope. Wait,
almost fanatical devotion to the Pope.
Almost fanatical devotion to the Pope.
Fine. Okay, come back in. I never expected the Spanish Inquisition. Papa. Now you need a papa now.
You're right.
You need a papa.
No, I am...
A dramatic stab.
No, that's not dramatic. That's my ass. No, that's a... Oh!
Going down.
I think so.
I'm sorry, the contestant was wrong.
That was... Yeah, it was.
Alright, concurrent viewer, I believe you're not a human being at this point. You're a bot.
I don't think they're bots. I just think that it reports after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like the same thing
we lost the concurrent viewers so
right, that's what I'm saying. But we have them down here, and we have them over here. So this supposedly is in real time, right?
Okay.
But that is behind, right? We established that?
Right. Yep.
So we're in, what, 10 seconds in the future, we should have 0 concurrent viewers, right? But it says we have 2. And yet, your request, no one has actually said anything in the chat. So either I am considered a concurrent viewer, and you are obviously a concurrent viewer over there.
Oh, but it wasn't registering before.
And that's...
Was it?
That's the question.
Okay, so...
That's why this is a series of experiments, which is to say he's streaming, he's watching on his phone while we're doing this stream. Now, I had mine on for a little bit, but it didn't seem to do anything to the numbers over here. So this is all are we here? He just said there.
Yeah.
And then what we'll see is that chat rate thing will kick, and it'll say 1 in like 10 seconds, right? Let's wait. I'll do, yes. All right. So this is testing we're doing. See now, concurrent viewers, 0. See what I'm saying?
Oh, good. We finally got rid of them. It's about time.
Well, no, I mean, there's something going on here, and we're figuring it out. This is like a mystery to be solved. We should see the chat rate pick up there and there.
How do I like this?
Well, I didn't mean to do that. But that's alright. Do it again. You're not here anyway. I can hit my buzzer oil.
Kill.
So anyway, yeah, and so the chat rate 3. See how that just ticked over?
Yeah.
So we got like a 30-second delay.
Yeah. Average view duration 16:22.
Well, yeah, and here's I like it because it's kind of neat that we're doing this in real time. So our 2 concurrent viewers, we actually did have people stopped in for brief, a little bit. That person from 9:30.
Yep.
Picked up one for a second. So I mean that's where we're at, and probably it's people who are like hanging out for a little bit and going,
Yeah, just
and then moving
passing
on,
through.
right, moving on with their life,
Scroll.
and that's fine.
That's all right.
But also, I've gotten people come back from these where they're like, "Oh, this guy's pretty funny," and I get by on personality. I get by on Riz. I get by on a little Riz.
Get Riz.
But we don't have any concurrence. I think this might be a good time to bow out.
All right, that's about it.
All right.
Oh, chat rate just went up.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh, that's us.
Remember, 30 seconds. We're still... All right. Are we going to do this again tomorrow? We doing this tomorrow morning?
I guess we do tomorrow morning.
We're like 11?
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
All right. We're going to be back at 11 a.m. tomorrow, which will be February 8th. That's the plan as of right now. I would like to thank you very much. You have been watching Dr. Daydream.
And the Legendary Sparky.
And the Legendary Sparky.
Good night.